I got something. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, the umpire respawned.
Oh, look, you did it. You got all the runes.
We're making some progress here. This is unusual for us. Acquired exclusive full screen. Welcome back to Watson and James Don't Play. My name is James.
And I'm Watson.
What are we playing today, man?
Oh, we're playing something so good. So good.
I'd call it a classic. You know, back in my day, it was a classic, and people liked it.
I would say at the very least, it's emblematic of its time.
Oh, absolutely. No denying that. Sony Computer Entertainment America presents.
Ooh,
I'm letting
yeah.
it play out because it's interesting. It's cool, man.
That's a good...
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
It's MediEvil. We're playing MediEvil.
Yeah.
That's how you say that, right? That's not how you spell the actual word, though. Is it?
The I and the E should be the other way around.
Okay, I get it. The history of Hallowmere. That's it. All right, skip that shit. I don't need that.
Yeah.
I just wanted that. Loading.
Look how cool he is.
So yeah, you play a skeleton guy, and you got a big-ass sword.
I'm a sold.
Soul man. New game. All right. Wouldn't let me load game. Oh, because there's no save.
You're right.
Got it. I think this is kind of gonna break down how you become a skeleton.
Okay.
Or do you just start out as a skeleton?
You gotta start as one, right? This is
Yeah.
probably your mausoleum.
I'm getting some Crypt Keeper vibes here.
Yeah.
This is who you were before in a past life. You had the crazy eyes and everything.
Okay, so I guess we were both right. We both started off as a skeleton, but now it's also showing you how you became one.
There's the bad guy from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Frollo?
Frollo was the bad guy in this game. Oh, shit. All right, you're dead. Now you're alive and everything's fine. Your eye regrew. You got a little cobweb. That's a nice touch.
Dust off the cobweb. Yeah, you're good.
Ooh, smiley boy.
Happy
Wonderful.
to be here.
Dan's Crypt. So you play Dan. Guy named Dan. I've done some Dans in my day. We've all got along pretty well. Oh, there's voice acting.
Great.
All right. That's fine. I'll show you.
Or I'll show you.
No.
Yeah, can we...
No,
yeah.
I just want to play.
Just go.
Just want to play a Skelly Boy. Wonderful. And we're playing the game, baby.
Give him to us.
Now the small sword. It's a pretty big sword.
It's a long sword at the very least.
What's the long sword look like if this is the small sword?
Yeah, it does imply the existence of a bigger sword. If I had to say this is the small one.
Much bigger swords. I open that.
All right. Yeah. Star rune. Look, there's a little bottle up there, but you can get that.
I bet I can too. Can I jump? What's the jump button? Circles jump? What the hell?
What? Oh, it's a life bottle. Okay, that's good.
Throwing daggers?
Love that.
Are we going to spend the whole game trying to get out of this room?
I hope not. Let's go look for a star. See if we can find that star rune, huh?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, circles jump. That's weird. I don't really care for that.
There's a whole place to
All right, I don't go that way. That's why.
There's your star rune.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, good. We can get in water.
You can get in water. You never know, man.
Not in this era of games, yeah. Usually if you can see the bottom of it, if you can see that it's not, deeper than you are tall, you can usually get into it.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, or it's just a straight up like open ocean, then usually you're screwed.
When you said get into it, it made me think of that guy from TikTok with the VHS tapes.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. No mold. Let's get into it.
Did we just harmonize?
Yes.
All right.
He started selling T-shirts, and I'm like, kind of want one. Kind of like what you do.
I've seen the T-shirts flash up on a couple of his videos now, and I have thought the same thing.
I like a good T-shirt. I always do that when I'm online and I'll see a cool T-shirt.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, I feel it.
You feel it up in your sinuses?
I feel it. Oh, it's inside me. Ah!
Late breaking sneeze coverage.
Still can't get out. All right. I got to figure this out before we dive even.
We'll be back with more updates on the sneeze as they develop.
All right. So I went over here. I collected this thing. I kind of need to focus because this is just my luck is that we would start a new game and I would just get immediately stuck. Would not know what to do.
Now go out the door. You have the star rune now.
Okay.
No, the other door.
The other door.
The one that said you need a star rune to open it. I thought you knew that. I'm sorry.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I didn't mean to leave you dangle.
Wonderful. I was just at the wrong door.
Right.
You weren't home. Well, did you try the back door? No.
Learned it from watching you, Dad.
He says no mold. Let's get into it, right?
I like these gangster poses he does on the load screens, by the way. Anyway, yeah, he says let's get into it.
And
We should look up his name. We should put a link to him or something.
Right. Yeah,
now that we're talking about him.
He's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy. He deserves all the audience he can get.
It seems like his resume is a little more substantial than I'm giving him credit for.
Oh, he's definitely been involved in, major things.
Yeah.
He's just not... that's not what his TikTok's about, I'll say. His TikTok's mostly about physical media and VHS.
Zombie boys.
Hell yeah.
A lot of harmonizing this episode. I like it.
I don't know what's up, but
me and you, we're in sync.
We're at the very least O-Town.
Or 98 degrees. 98 degrees.
You notice how I didn't go for Backstreet Boys? I'm glad neither of us did.
No, that's too simple.
No,
that's far too easy.
O-Town.
So I want one of his shirts that say "No mold, let's get into it." I want one of those shirts. I saw another T-shirt on T Public. Is that a place that you buy T-shirts from?
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound like a real thing?
Oh, it is.
It said,
and it's usually like smaller creators who are trying to do their own merch and stuff. Yeah, so
it was an upside down. All right, I'm gonna give myself homework this week. It was an upside down Triforce, and it said "Hail Ganon." I'm putting that up on the screen too because it's dope. I want to buy it, but I see the price tag and I'm like, $20. I don't know. And then I go spend $30 at Burger King, not even fucking blinking.
I would wear like a button with the Triforce on it that said like Elf Twink or something. I'd probably wear that.
Like that. Is this a health regeneration? Nice. All right, cool.
Hell yeah.
I played a demo of this game when I was a kid. That's the last time I played this game.
I love the hands. The hands running around on the ground.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Little thing, guys.
All right, so you got another rune.
This was on one of the...
Nice.
So I didn't own a PlayStation when I was a kid, but some friends of mine did. And I'd go to their houses occasionally because I was a friendly boy.
Go up in the middle.
And they would have
That's where your thing is.
They would have like a demo disc, right?
Yeah.
Chaos Rune.
That's how I played Spyro for the first time, was on a demo disc.
Right on.
PlayStation.
I don't have a weapon right now.
You don't, yeah.
Straight up don't. Oh, I can use my arm.
You have your own arm. That's amazing.
Terrific.
That is the whole point of making a skeleton your main character. You know what I mean? Doing shit like this.
I love it. They had this game on one of the demos. Another game on the demo was Tekken 2.
Hell yeah.
You could play as Lee or Law. That was it. They were focused on the L's for some reason.
I'm trying to think. Tekken 2, how good was that one?
It was fine. All these PlayStation games were just, they're
like
fine.
Tekken 4 being really good.
Okay.
But yeah, earlier than that, I didn't play a ton of Tekken. I was more of a Street Fighter guy.
Oh, he just straight up throws his arm like a boomerang.
I love this.
That's so cool.
It does have a very kind of Spyro feel to it, doesn't it? The way you kind of bounce around these little hills.
That was another game that I liked playing when I could get my hands on it. Mm-hmm. I didn't play it very often because I didn't have a PlayStation.
I think I played the demo at Walmart more than anything.
People would come over and they'd be like, "Oh, you have a PlayStation?" I'd be like, "This is a Nintendo house, actually." Bad news.
I just told people this was a poor house. This is a Nintendo.
We were a Nintendo house because I finally saved up enough money to buy a Nintendo.
You guys are rich enough for brand loyalty? Yeah. Fuck off.
I can actually walk you through the history of my console ownership real quick.
Do it.
Because I remember every last detail.
Do it. I've pretty much told you mine. You know what I had.
When I was a kid, the very first console that we owned for real was an Atari 2600.
Beautiful.
The Atari 2600 had been out for quite some time at this point.
At least 15 years?
At least 15 or 20 years, right? I'd say 15. So it's 1991? 7.
Oh, that late, huh?
Yes.
I thought you were younger.
I was about 10 years old when we got our first console. Super Nintendo was out. Hell, I think N64 was out too. We didn't have shit. All right? We were the poor house. I don't know where the fuck to go, by the way.
No, it doesn't matter what you had. You had something.
I had the thing. And it was an old black and white TV.
Hell yeah.
You had to hook up the Atari by... I'm just pressing every button to see where I was supposed to go, you know?
You have it's the rune next to the door. It's the Chaos Rune.
Oh, that blended right in. I didn't see it.
It really did.
It had the kind of TV that had the screws on the back, so you had to... An RF connector wouldn't work. You actually had to screw the wires from the antenna into the TV.
Yeah, and actually make a contact.
To get it to work. Dude, I played the shit out of that. Because that's all we had.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, when you're a kid, a lot of times you don't realize what's normal and what's not normal. A lot of times you do. People are happy to tell you that you're not normal. Believe me. But... for stuff like that, yeah, you played the crap out of that, and I'm sure you loved it, while you were playing it.
Yes, I was grateful to have it. Extremely grateful.
For sure.
Most of my video game enjoyment was spent when my mom would take me with her to work, which was cleaning houses.
Nice.
She cleaned the houses. By the way, the controller rumbles constantly in this game. I don't know if that's a mistake or like a game flaw, but every
you're
time
just doing a button that happens to have a lot of rumble.
No, when you're moving, when you're walking,
it's rumbling.
The controller rumbling.
Hilarious.
If this game is intense, it's going to be a long half hour.
Yeah.
They had Sega Genesis. One family, one people. We are one people in this house.
We are all one.
Oh, Mom, you took up a job cleaning for a cult. Wonderful. Yeah, you do what you got to do to get by.
Most of the time, it's fine cleaning up after a cult, but that last party they throw is a real doozy.
They had a big screen TV with an N64 and Star Fox 64, and I'm like, this is pod racing.
Yeah, now that's pod racing. I don't care what universe you're from. That's fun.
Who were those guys? Anyway, we finally
those guys?
We were gifted. This is, let's say, 1998, 99 at this point.
Tight.
We had a friend of the family, two friends. They were two brothers. They were just two brothers.
It was just two brothers.
No, it was these two brothers. They lived together out in the middle of nowhere, and they were family friends. I guess we'll save progress. I don't know. Checking memory cards. Are you playing on an emulator? Maybe. Is it gonna say? This is genuine hardware. No, okay, it is. It's emulation.
I love that you always reference it.
Because it's funny. Fuck them. What are they going to do?
Hilarious.
Come at me, Sony. I can take you. I can't. Please don't come at me.
Seth Rogen almost brought Sony down. We can handle it.
All right, cool. I'll just say their names because I think they're both dead now.
Awesome.
Ed and Clifford Klutt.
That's a lot different than dead naming that most people usually mean nowadays.
No, these two guys are just hella dead.
You're doing a different thing.
They've been dead for some time. They were elderly when I was a child.
Can't express enough how much they didn't transition. They just died.
Clifford was a little more charitable than Ed, for whatever reason.
Okay.
Clifford was the quiet one, though. Ed was loud, and he would get mad at my parents for no reason, just because they wouldn't help him. I don't know, just, it was weird.
Okay.
Clifford was very cool, and he bought me and my brother a Super Nintendo.
Oh, wow.
Just straight up.
That's cool.
The N64 had been out for a couple years. Mm-hmm. They were trying to get rid of the, I guess, travel size Super Nintendos.
Okay.
They're like the smaller ones.
Right.
I still have that Super Nintendo. He showed up at the house one day just with a Super Nintendo. I think it came with a copy of a game. It might have come with Donkey Kong Country.
They usually do come with a copy of something.
Yeah. And I couldn't believe it. He just gave us a Super Nintendo.
That is pretty fucking amazing.
I was like, holy shit. And my parents were like, you do not have to do that. That is...
It was like too much, yeah.
It was too much.
Yeah. That's... I mean, even now, like a retro console out of nowhere where you'd be like, whoa, what?
Holy shit. At the time...
Can you crouch?
I just missed everything. They just missed me.
Oh, you just missed that.
I missed what?
I don't know.
That?
I don't know what's happening exactly.
Oh, it's chaos.
I see that they're going above you when they hit that, but you're not getting the chest.
I'm getting the chest.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Yeah, this is tricky. I don't have a life bar. I'm assuming I'm not getting hit. There we go. There's the life bar.
You got hit, but I think if you...
I'm going to be okay, bro.
Yeah, I think if you just keep doing what you're doing, you'll be fine. Ooh, you got a shield.
All right. Why not?
I like that.
Trying to figure out how to like open my inventory.
Or do anything, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, select that. All right, we have a sword again.
Perfect.
I'm sure someone was screaming at the screen going, you don't have to use your bone arm.
You know,
you fucking idiot.
I realize that just about every game we've played is probably someone's favorite game.
Oh, sure.
And yeah, those are situations where I'm like, you may not want to watch us play your favorite game. You know?
Yeah.
If you want that nostalgia of not knowing anything about the game, we're here for that.
Now's the time.
Now's the time. Yeah, I get that.
So yeah, Clifford shows up with a Super Nintendo. About a year or two later, me and my brother, we collectively saved up our like birthday money and lawn mowing money, stuff like that, and we bought a N64 that came with Pod Racer.
Hell yeah!
Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is what it was called.
Yeah,
played the shit out of the game because again, for the longest time, that was the only game we had for N64. Mm-hmm. We perfected it.
Right.
We got really good at that game. The game's deeper than it lets on. Mm-hmm. I really like it.
It sounds like you had a similar experience to...
And then the rest is history. I kind of figured out... I got old enough to work.
Right, and then you could kind of control your own destiny.
Yeah. I got old enough to work. I started buying stuff myself.
Right.
I bought a GameCube a couple of years later. Just started buying my own games. Started buying my own shit. And
really going down the Zelda pipeline.
I'm pretty fortunate that I was in a position to had the right headspace, had the right kind of support system to where...
Is that Dobby?
Maybe. That's a Gizmo, I think.
Gizmo and Dobby had a baby?
Those are just fucking gremlins, dude.
I don't know, man. They're wearing the little sackcloth. They got the ears that are like the same color as their skin and stuff.
At first, I'm like, they're unkillable is what they are.
They're annoying and scary.
Yeah. I moved out pretty quick when I was young. I think I was out for good at 19.
I was going to say, yeah, you were an 18, 19-year-old, like, I'm gone.
See ya. And I never had to go back.
Yeah, I stayed for a little more at college.
Yeah. That's not the situation of a lot of folks these days, and I feel really shitty about that.
What do you mean?
You know how our parents say things
There's
like...
a chest back there,
All right,
by the way.
cool. Let's get the fucking chest.
It's to the left.
Not even our parents, but their generation, the boomers.
Yeah.
Boomers and even, like, old Gen X.
Oh, you got a club.
To a certain extent.
Club those little mofos. I bet that works better.
Oh, you just hold it out in front of you. Do I light on fire? I light on fire.
Probably. Anyway, yeah, go ahead with the boomers and the Gen X.
Yeah. They would say things like, just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right? Just work harder. And I'm like, it's not that fucking simple.
Also, do you know the second half of that phrase? Because it's supposed to illustrate how futile that is.
What's the second half? I've never heard.
It's not actually possible to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Hold on, keep talking and I'll pull it up.
All right, yeah. I am a little more empathetic to Gen Z and whatever the new ones are called. I don't know. It's hard to keep up, you know?
Right.
Zoomers? Is that what they're called? Whatever. We're millennials, right? People say these millennials these days, and I'm like, I'm fucking pushing 40, dude. Mm-hmm. I turned 36 this year. Millennials are not... You're not thinking of who you're thinking of.
Right.
You're mistaken. I'm empathetic to their plight because my coming of age was rather painful. I got it done, you know? I stuck it out, so to speak.
Right.
But to say that I didn't have any help or no support, that's not true.
Right.
Everybody needs a little help.
Well, it's just self-made man, whatever. Like, all those narratives are all bullshit. Like, no one exists, much less succeeds in a vacuum. You know, there's always a support system of some kind. Even if it's one person, whatever. There's always somebody. All right, so in reference to, the bootstraps thing, right? So, you know how usually context fucking matters? You know,
typically.
All right, I'm gonna give you an example of one of those kind of phrases that is the opposite of how it was intended. You're familiar with blood is thicker than water.
Yeah.
All right, so blood is thicker than water is used to justify all kinds of things, right? The actual phrase is the blood of family is thicker than water, but
okay.
But I believe the other half of it is that what is it? The something in the covenant between you and God.
The Ark of the Covenant is what you're thinking of.
Right. I think I was going to give that as an example, and I forgot that example.
So anyway, here's an example. Oh, what's the example? Shut up. Shut up is the example.
Well, I just didn't want to butcher it, so I'm
like... mind your own business, Grandpa.
Looking up an actual, quote, you know.
All right, I'm stuck again. I don't know where to go.
The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, which means chosen bonds are more significant than the bonds of family or the water of the womb. So the blood of the covenant, meaning your pact with God, your spiritual connection, is thicker, more important, meaning... than the water of the womb, meaning those you may have shared a womb with, or, you and your mother and that kind of thing. Your family, your biological family. But every time people use it nowadays, they say, well, blood's thicker than water. They just shorten it up to that. And it completely transforms the meaning of it.
Insanity.
So the bootstraps thing is similar. Back in the...
I'm going to pause you right there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know where to go.
You don't know where to go?
I don't know where to go.
Oh, there's your rune over there.
Yeah, right.
You can't get in there.
There's a gate here.
All right, well, just look around a little bit. You obviously can't go where you're going.
Yeah,
now, so.
I have a club, right?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that maybe you light the club on fire.
You do, because I saw you do, because you have a a percentage bar next to it.
Yeah, well, that's like how much health the weapon has. See, it goes down every time I hit something.
Well, right, yeah. But does your sword do that?
Yeah, the sword does it as well. They all do it.
Damn.
But I'm trying to figure out how to
jump up.
That's it? No? That's what I assumed. That you light the club on fire and
Like
you jump over this.
I bet. Because look, there's obviously like one candle lit, but
Maybe I do it over here.
and bring it.
Maybe there's like an action.
Because yeah, why would you get why would it give you a club, and why would it have those little guys with torches? You know.
That little guy? That little guy? Don't worry about that little guy. All right, we're gonna pause this shit while I figure this out. We'll be right back. Fuck you. I love you. All right, we figured it out.
And we're back.
These old games are like that, though. You just kind of gotta. What did you use to smash it?
I don't know.
Was it square?
No.
There it is. All right.
I think it was A.
I just pressed the wrong button, dude.
Oh, that's what it boils down to.
These guys die a lot faster. All right, so you got to use certain weapons to kill certain enemies in this game.
Well, that's why you were saying no. You just hold it out in front of you. I'm like, no. I'm pretty sure it's a club that you can swing.
I was just hitting the wrong button. All right, I feel a little silly now. What are we talking about?
You're getting acclimated. You're fine.
I'm getting acclimated. You've been working for the company for 6 months now. I think you're acclimated.
So
No, I'm getting acclimated. Be cool.
We're nearing our 100th episode. We're getting acclimated. You know what occurs to me after I finish this bootstrap thing? I'm going to tell you. But anyway, the bootstrap thing was a sarcastic response. That's what I'm getting at here.
Yeah. Okay.
It was never meant to be a serious inspirational quote. And the story goes like this. Back in the day, and we're talking like the 1830s, okay?
That's back in the day.
Somebody here in America was like, I've discovered perpetual motion, and I'm going to show you all this machine I've made, you know? So that was announced in the papers of the time. And
right next to Spider-Man, the comic book, and Garfield, right?
And a man... Well, what's great is the guy who announced his name was Nimrod.
Hell yeah.
Which is hilarious.
That's its whole layer of funny.
Yeah, that's a whole nother layer of just funny. So an advertiser picked up that tidbit with a snarky response. Okay, here's the snarky response. Probably Mr. Nimrod has succeeded in handing himself over the Cumberland River or barnyard fence by the strap of his boots. Meaning he's literally taken himself by his own bootstraps and hauled himself over a fence or a river. Like, that's how likely it is that he did perpetual motion. So it's never been something that was meant to be taken seriously. And just like a lot of phrases and things, it gets changed and even completely destroyed or, you know, turned into the opposite over time.
And here we are, 100 years later, just making fun of people.
Yeah, we're like 10 years away from the 100th anniversary of that.
I was at the gas station yesterday, and I felt so horrible for this guy there. He was having a bad day. His truck was making all kind of racket. It was a bad time, right?
Right.
And everyone around us at the pumps was snickering, kind of saying under their breath,
just kind of being,
that's not good. That's not good.
Sucks to be you, bruh.
Sucks to be you. Offering nothing but...
No, they never offer help.
No one's offering. One guy went over there and offered to help him, which was nice.
Yeah.
And I felt so shitty for him because I'm like, man, you're just trying to get by.
Yeah, man, you're just trying to figure shit out just like the rest of us.
That guy's having a horrible fucking day, and you guys are just being dicks.
Where's your club? Is it gone?
It's gone. All I have is my arm now.
Oh, no.
I'm starting to figure the game out.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Just in time to lose my weapons. I had a potion up top as well.
Yeah,
which
your life
brought me back
potion.
to life so I wouldn't die, which was nice. Yeah, let's go in here.
Get another life potion.
Hey, rune. Found the moon rune. A door opened.
I know where the other door is. Go back.
Look at that.
Yeah, you're all the way back.
That's cool. Go back here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And go keep going.
Back down the stairs?
Yeah.
All right. Going back down the stairs.
Now go over to the...
Mind the imps. I see a door there.
Hold on, you're going a little too fast.
Sorry.
For me to be able to see on the wall.
I know, right? It's a lot.
Careful.
Come on, Dan.
Continuing to hit you.
They're annoying, dude. These guys suck.
Yeah, they're built like...
They're little goblinoids,
They're built
man.
like gremlins, but they look like Dobby. Anyway, there it is. There's the hand.
Oh, Chaos Rune. Okay, so we still got to keep pressing forward then.
Well, I know you had that moon one, and I was hoping it was one that ended up being the Chaos.
I need a sword. I need some health. I need something. Dan's dying here. There it is, Chaos Rune. That's a nice touch. I like that. I like you, Mr.
I do like him.
Mr. Organ playing Ghost Man.
Let's just hang out with him for a sec.
All right, just enjoy this for a moment here.
Like a spooky mask on the wall.
Maybe I can talk to him. Can I talk to you?
It looks like that the devil character from Nightmare Before Christmas. You know, the little kid.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Moments like that, like at the gas station yesterday, I dealt with a few shitty people today. I have a small trip coming up this weekend, and not a fucking moment too soon.
Yeah. Isn't that always the way? As soon as you have a vacation coming up, you're just acutely aware of how much you need it.
I need it, baby.
Really, gotta not reach that breaking point. You know, you gotta.
Like, all right, I'll see you guys later before I just fucking freak out. Nice little pushing block puzzle here. It's not even much of a puzzle. It's just kind of go this way.
Push it all the way.
Found throwing daggers. All right, got me a new weapon, baby.
Hell yeah.
Push the block a little more.
Save those daggers.
When did this come out? Did we find that out? Was it 98, 97 or so? Something like that?
I can look it up.
I'd like to see what 3D adventure games came out before Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Since it had such a... Open the heart. Oh, I know what I have to do. I have to push the block further. You're not done yet. There we are, and we cook it. I love spooky shit, man. This is my stuff.
I know the spelling's different, but it is tough to look this game up. It's just called MediEvil. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you get a lot of other crap up. Anyway, 1998.
Okay, yeah, so right around the same time. But obviously not influenced by it because it came out around the same time.
You know, this game's still $40 on eBay.
Holy shit.
50 actually.
It's getting crazy, man. The retro game
but you can get
console market.
You can get the remaster or whatever they put out on PS4 for like 20.
Right, so whatever.
But the original PlayStation 1 game is, like 45.
I gotta push something over there.
Yeah.
Clearly. I don't have anything, though. I got something. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, the umpire respawned.
Oh, look, you did it. You got all the runes.
We're making some progress here. This is unusual for us. Usually we don't play the game.
We did okay in Spider-Man. I felt like we kept progressing.
That's true. Yeah.
It depends on the game. If it's a game like this where we are very familiar with the era of games, we can usually pick it back up.
The Demon's Heart is his only vulnerable point. Oh, this is straight up boss time.
Oh, wow. He just threw a whole...
This guy's going to wreck me.
This is a really pretty boss, though. I really like this stained glass design of this boss.
It was the Wild West game design back in the 90s. People just did whatever.
It's cool, though, right?
Hoping that it would stick. All right, so his heart pops out, and that's whenever I can attack him.
It looks like he's being attacked by his own gay thoughts.
Aren't we all?
Oh,
no! That guy's pretty. Oh, geez, what does that mean?
Search your heart, you know it to be true.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no, you're in the closet.
Uh-oh. Hey, I had a potion.
Yeah, you did.
Use life bottle. He's got a shit ton of health. Yeah. I have 300. He had 500.
And he is not losing a lot.
He's not a nice boy.
Him?
So his heart pops out, and that's whenever
right.
Now's the time.
But how now?
How now?
Daggers?
I just throw daggers at him, yeah.
Okay, you've got 57 more daggers, so be careful.
And he has a lot more health, too.
Yeah.
Do I have any weapons?
But he's already down to 398, so that's good.
The moon rune. I can't use that.
I know. Why did we get the moon rune?
I don't know.
If we can't use it. Anyway.
Maybe we'll use it later.
Let's wait for this guy's heart to pop out, you know?
There it is. Get him. Get him, Dan.
All right, where my succession heads at? We got to talk about this week's episode, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Because something tells me I'm not gonna win this.
You may or may not, but we got a couple minutes here at the end that I wanted to...
I am glad that Succession is wrapping up.
What, they got 2 more episodes?
Sure.
I think is what they
I think so, yeah. 2 more episodes.
Oh, wow.
Still top-notch writing, right?
Really, really top-tier quips in this episode.
No! Oh, that's it. That's it.
There it goes. Yeah, he's pumping you dry. Oh.
I live again!
All right, he's almost half dead, man. Make a valiant last stand here. I don't know if you'll win, but you got to try, right?
I don't really enjoy the show as much as I used to now that, spoiler alert, Logan Roy's dead.
That thing happened, yeah.
That thing happened.
Well, yeah. I feel like there was no 100% perfect way to do it.
Sure.
Obviously, the show is called Succession, so, you know, it would have to be addressed at one point or another, even if it was just the last episode, you know. I think a lot of people thought he was going to die after the first season.
Yeah.
And people were like, all right, we got Brian Cox on this new show, you know, so we'll get it going. We'll get it a following. We'll give it some gravitas. And then the rest of the show will be about the kids, you know, if it's popular and gets more seasons. I think that's what kind of a lot of people just whether consciously or not, kind of just assumed that he wouldn't have stuck around for so long. But just a lot like fucking Jesse Pinkman in Breaking Bad, where I think it was one of those things where it's like, no, he's actually really good. We should keep him on the show and not kill him off. You know, I think there's a lot more to be done with him. And I think they did a great job, but you're right. It is obviously a hole now that he's not there.
I just liked how mean he was to everybody. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
It was great. It really kind of showed how funny the whole thing was, because as serious and, you know,
right, and there's still really
bickery
good
as everybody would get, you know what I mean, and it would get kind of tedious, like, okay, keep talking about this fucking business deal, whatever.
Business,
serious business, trade organizations, and you know, it's like watching the fucking beginning of episode 1, Phantom Menace, where you're like, what are they, trade disputes? Tell somebody to fuck off. Like, that's why I'm watching this show.
Somewhat a little racist there. That fucking the way they talked. I'm not gonna act like I know how they talk.
Oh, the senators?
The
senator guys with the weird eyes?
The Trade Federation employees, I guess.
I thought they were senators.
I forget what the
from
race.
The trade planet or whatever.
I forget what the species is called, but I just remember being, even in '99, I was like, this is uncomfortable.
They had cool designs.
They do.
Visually, they look cool.
But I'm like, this is fucked up, guys. You can't.
But yeah, you're not doing an alien voice. You're doing a very distinct kind of accent.
It was very weird to me when I was a kid.
Yeah, certain things stick out even as a kid.
That's the thing about Succession, though, is that the things in that show that do make me uncomfortable are meant to make me uncomfortable.
Right. It's a satire.
These are not nice people.
It's a commentary on the state of the world, even if it's, you know, pushed to silly extremes. They're not that extreme.
And
you know, you can see how some of this stuff would apply to the real world.
Yeah, right.
And that's where you get scared.
I just remember being like, oh, Tom Wamsgam, he's turning into like a somewhat likable character.
He had a run there where it was like, oh, what adventure is he going to get up to with Greg? And they're going to, you know...
They're the Disgusting Brothers.
They're going to have some hijinks.
They're going to do Disgusting Brothers shit together.
Right. They're going to hide their heads under a towel and eat expensive bird.
Yeah.
Like proper rich assholes. And
then they get not silly, and suddenly they're not very likable. And the show reminds you, no, these are not good people. Right. These are not people that...
This isn't Seinfeld. This isn't bad people with fun quirks that make it all kind of okay.
Right. I think the show creators kind of make it a point to be like, don't worry, we're aware of who these people are. We're going to make sure that you don't like them. Right. Even whenever we do endearing things for them and make them look endearing.
You did it.
Yeah, I know the level now. These old school games are not complicated.
I know, right?
Once you know where to go, it's like, oh, okay.
It does look like you summoned Captain Planet, though.
I just watched I'd say 15-minute little history of Captain Planet.
Nice.
Before you came over. I didn't know that show was on for 6 seasons, and it started out being made by Deke.
I did know that.
And then made by Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, I did know that.
I think that's the risk of a lot of modern TV shows, is that if they go too long, someone might buy it, and suddenly it loses quality.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened to Captain Planet. Deke made it for seasons 1 through 3. Hanna-Barbera made it from seasons 3 through 6, and suddenly the quality kind of went down a little bit. Kid me didn't realize that till years later.
Kid me was not as acutely aware.
I love making of anything. Anytime that there's a making of show on, I'm down to watch it. The Last of Us on HBO, whenever it was on, I always stuck around for the making of.
Right.
And I do that for Succession now, and I go, oh, all of these people are British and have very... British accents.
One of them is Australian, I think.
One of them is Australian. And then Kieran Culkin, of course, he is a small Pepsi-loving white boy.
He's from the suburbs of Chicago, right?
Suburbs of Chicago, right.
Yeah.
Very good. And that's it. Run away.
Easy on the Pepsi Romulus.
Is that unavoidable? That just happens?
I might.
Okay, you can kind of break out of it.
If you have a weapon or a dagger or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to beat him, bro.
I don't think so either. If I die, we'll end the episode. This is going to be a long one, though, but I want to see a game over screen before we leave.
I'm down with that.
I'll either beat him or we go home.
All right, that's good. That gives me a chance to tell you about my drive over here, because I was thinking about something funny.
I was just thinking about you, man. What are you thinking about?
I was just
thinking about you.
Just thinking about you.
Just thinking about you.
I was thinking about you.
And us.
We haven't had that "what are we" conversation. Hetero life mates?
Yeah, that's it.
That's what we are.
I got a bunch of those. It's getting crowded.
Is it?
Not really.
Right.
But when it comes to having life mates, yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got an overabundance of life mates for sure.
Not complaining.
So anyway, I was, as long as I'm your bottom bitch, I was driving over here to record tonight, and I had John Carpenter's Lost Themes albums shuffling while I was driving over here.
Yeah.
You know how when people talk about hell being like repetition or being like
All the time.
Stuck at the DMV. That's what hell's like,
Yeah.
Ha.
They say this is my hell.
Being stuck in some kind of loop like that would be someone's version of hell. And I was thinking while I was listening to these John Carpenter themes, these driving synth beats while I'm driving over here. Yeah, it's a lot of that with like ding, 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 like just a little couple plinks over it.
It's cool.
It's my jam. I'm feeling good. Windows down, music's up. It's summer night. Not quite summer. Spring, whatever.
Yeah, sure, whatever. It's fucking hot.
But the weather's good. And I'm like, I think my idea of heaven would be a loop that I was stuck in, but a good one. And it would be a montage of like a weapons upgrading or something like that from a John Carpenter movie. That would be like my heaven loop. Would just be constantly in a loop of like gathering up your weapons and getting ready to fight the big bad guy in a John Carpenter movie.
We're going to call John Carpenter now and be like, listen to what we said to you. Please be on our show. I need you. I need it.
Look, I mean, he's still putting out music and stuff, but if he wants to spend the rest of his life just getting high and playing Xbox, he's earned it, man.
Right?
He's fucking earned it.
Good for him. You cracked the code, baby.
The guy had like a 16-year run where he was just fucking unstoppable, with the weakest movie in that run probably being one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations. So, yeah, you're fine, bud. Enjoy your life. You've given us so much.
I don't know how to hurt him now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out of daggers.
I don't know if you can reach it. Yeah.
How do I shoot up with my sword? Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. That's it. Yep. All right, so that's how you beat that boss. If you're wanting to do a playthrough of your own, is that you got to make sure that you have enough daggers, because I didn't have enough daggers.
Snatch up them daggers, boys.
Story of my life, not enough daggers.
Aw.